Wildcard weekend proved to be a magnifying glass, revealing what we already knew to be true. The Eagles had an offensive coordinator problem. The Packers had a kicker problem. The Steelers were one and done again. Same for the Chargers. And the Bills only need Josh Allen. Welcome to Shut Up Football. I'm Jeff Stoltzfus. That's Kevin. And whether your team missed the playoffs or got bounced in the first round, I think as fans, we can all agree that... What's that? No, we can't? Okay. It was an aging gun versus a Bryce that was young. Seen here on a stool. There was a special visit from Fedora the Explorer. Cam Newton showed up to collect old mail and beat a drum like it was David Tepper. Keep pounding. Mike Pereira set the bar high for the officials.
Make sure you don't screw that up.
Puka Nacua got the first and second score. Where was Devontae Adams? Begging him to brush his teeth. Sean McVay accidentally interspersed his playbook with the Karma Sutra, and Nacua was lining up in all kinds of weird positions, like running back and wheelbarrow. It looked like the Rams were gonna run away with this game, but then Chuba Hubbard broke the seal for the Panthers, and Minnie Mouse scuttled into the end zone. Next thing you know, Dave Canales was showing off his new belly button piercing. The Panthers looked the part of a playoff team, much to the surprise of announcer, I want to say, Rance Milfy?
How in the heck is this a 3-point game? Somehow, some way, this game is tied.
Don't sound so surprised, Smilfy. Just because they fell ass backwards into the playoffs and their quarterback fits into that weird little pocket on jeans that nobody can figure out. Matthew Stafford injured his hand after the Panthers tricked him into too many high fives. The man loves your mama jokes. In the fourth quarter, the Panthers took this game by the nuggets after Bryce Young threw a whistling piss rocket to Jalen Coker, a smoker, a midnight toker. But they left Matthew Stafford with over 2 minutes, plenty of time to orchestrate a game-winning drive or start new crafts for his Etsy store dedicated to his cat, Matthew Stafford. Why does Ben Johnson hate Matt LaFleur so much? Are they secret Eskimo buddies? That's hard to imagine. Ben Johnson's got the warmth of a staph infection, and LaFleur doesn't look like he has hobbies outside a barbershop. But at least he's consistently available in late January. Jordan Love and the Packers controlled this game for 3 quarters. He found all his receivers for points. Caleb Williams threw 2 picks. He was furious. He took it out on his coaches and later his underpants. Learn to express yourself through song, Caleb. We need another great rock opera. It's been like 50 years since Tommy. But the Bears don't know the meaning of the word quit. I mean, they probably do. Most of them. Maybe not Kyle.
Good time to blitz that. Shot right through the A gap.
I believe that is pronounced a gap. Late in the game, something happened. Jordan Love suddenly couldn't do anything. DeAndre Swift and Olamide Zaccheaus got him back in the game.
She's gone from suck to blow.
But it was DJ Moore who put him on top. It still wouldn't have been enough if it weren't for kicker Brandon McAnus, who missed 2 field goals and a point after. 7 missing points that mattered. That guy from the Olive Garden loved it. The Bears scored 25 points in the fourth quarter for an epic comeback. Ben Johnson barely shook Matt LaFleur's hand after. What an ass. Welcome to Jacksonville, where the pool is strong enough for fans, pH balanced for their piss. Josh Allen and Trevor Lawrence sounds like 4 guys playing tennis. This game was everything we expected. Josh Allen ran for a touchdown and was all shook up. He became a regular in the medical tent, playing with a litany of injuries like pickle dick and rickets. The Jaguars tried to clock the ball before the half ended. Did they make it? Their clocks say no, but their refs say yes, yes. Don't bother bitching about it. They missed the field goal anyway. Josh Allen had a 10-yard tush push. At what point does it just become a conga line? Tony Romo became aggressive when questioned about his chicken sandwich.
You're not touching my baby.
This game was contentious. In other words, I don't know. It tied for the most fourth quarter lead changes in playoff history.
I think whoever wins this game has a shot at going to the Super Bowl, Jim.
Yes, Tony. That's exactly how this works. Welcome to Philadelphia's self-sabotaging circus. Great, even our flag is fat. This game started with fire from both sides. Demarcus Robinson went for over 100 yards. Dallas Goedert had 2 scores. This game had everything. 10,000 chinchillas. Police arrested a massage table.
You know, that's not a flag, that's actually a piece of paper.
Heavy winds spilled trash all over the field. The Eagles' offense. The Birds failed to play a complete game again after offensive criminal Kevin Patullo called an inhumane number of bad plays. Nick Sirianni needs to hire an offensive coordinator with a resume with more than just BFF. I shouldn't be able to out-strategize you just because I played Tecmo Bowl as a child. Things got heated on the sideline. Hey, I love you! I love you too! Yeah? You want a kiss? Maybe later! Tom Brady broke down how to throw a ball in the wind. Turns out it was a series of levers and pulleys. Not at all what I was expecting. The Niners finally outsmarted Vic Fangio with a trick play by high school quarterback Juwan Jennings. Weird that nobody covered Christian McCaffrey. He's known for that kind of thing. With the Eagles playing from behind, they called their best play, which, surprisingly, was the same play they called 3 times prior, and somehow the Niners were ready for it. Things went off the rails quickly.
Chisholm will touch it from the 9.
I'm sorry, what?
Chisholm.
You can't say that on TV, and God help us if halftime involves a blacklight.
Chisholm.
In the playoffs, Justin Herbert hits a different gear. Neutral. Herbert had 0 touchdowns. He was sacked 6 times, including a blow to the head that was visible to anything with eyes and a pulse, except the refs, who must have been busy doing crosswords with their own boogers. Herbert was absolutely shredded. He left it all on the field, and by it, I mean vital organs. Meanwhile, Drake May was involved in the biggest land grab since America. He led the team in rushing and found Hunter Henry for the game's only touchdown.
And for Justin Herbert, I'm sure he's dying on the inside right now.
Goddamn, Chris, why you gotta be so bleak? Milton Williams sacked Herbert to end it. He celebrated by bashing Mike Vrabel's face in, also known as a Where's My Dinner tap. They gave Vrabel Band-Aids, and he just ate them. It was another early dismissal for Jim Harbaugh, and the Chargers have seen more winter than a Punxsutawney groundhog. CJ Stroud had trouble holding onto the ball. He fumbled 5 times, twice on the same play. Aaron Rodgers suffered some friendly fire after he was sacked by his own teammates' butts. The Steelers' offense couldn't describe the end zone to a police sketch artist. Rodgers was completely immunized from points. He had a QBR of 14. Like a lot of older men, he was firing blanks. He needs that little blue pill. What's it called? Cyanide. He was panicked, pressured, and called for intentional groundhog. The Steelers' offense completely fell apart, no matter how much Rodgers complained or didn't throw to DK Metcalf, who, for some reason, was busy starting a hoedown. If Wild Card Weekend started with a bang, it ended with a whimper, likely under Will Anderson Jr. and Sheldon Rankins, who conspired on a sack fumble for a score, followed by a 51-yard pick 6 by Kalen Bullock. It was the 3rd straight season the Steelers exited the playoffs as a one-pump chump. It must have been thrilling for owner Cal McNair, who looked like he came straight from a foreclosing on an orphanage. Can the Texans defense carry them to the Super Bowl? Probably. You could put Stevie Wonder under center and it wouldn't matter. He can't read defenses unless they're in Braille, but he can hold onto the ball and sing "Isn't She Lovely?" They followed Aaron Rodgers to the toilet, optimistic that he was empty after the number 2 he just dropped on the field. Meanwhile, there was a seance at midfield trying to connect with the ghost of Terry Bradshaw. Instead, they exorcised Mike Tomlin. I'm sure that will fix everything. And now the salt pretzel of the week. Yummy. This week, the pretzel goes to Mike Tomlin, who stepped away from the Steelers after 19 years. I don't know how good of a coach he actually is, but 19 years without a losing season is a hard thing to do. 19 years just as a head coach in the NFL is hard to do. But I'm not giving him the pretzel just for that reason. There were calls, a lot of calls, by fans to fire him. And even after a third one and done in the playoffs, he would have been back next season. But instead, he looked around and he said, I don't need this. And he walked away on his own terms. That or Aaron Rodgers broke him. Tomlin probably won't coach for anyone next season. He might never coach again. Bill Cowher didn't. But if he chose to, he could find another gig fast. Of that, I am sure. So kudos to Mike Tomlin. Stay salty, my friend. Thanks for watching Shut Up Football. Please say hi to your mom for me, and we'll catch you next week. Peace!
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Yeah, you want a kiss?